That's Nola.
Okay.
She was a cub pet of a famous young boy rapper in Louisiana.
Okay.
And he was abusing her horribly. And the authorities saw it because it was posted on social media. Go figure.
Don't be a rapper, and if you are a rapper, don't get a tiger.
Good idea. Yeah. And so the authorities rescued her, took her to the Audubon Zoo. Parasites so bad, no fur on her face, malnourished.
Oh, yes.
Pads were roughed up from being kept on cement. And so when it was decided she would come here, Bobby did what Bobby does. Team of people set out, went to New Orleans, picked her up, and then brought Nola back here.
What if I told you that something that just headlined was late? And I'm not talking about a few days late. I'm talking about years late. I'm talking about as far as 8 years late. And I'm not talking about small creators recycling news to become relevant. I'm talking about major platforms taking information from 8 years ago and putting it out like it just recently happened. Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome back, Pillow Talkers. We spill the tea that everyone tries to hide. No gossip is off limits, no truth is untold. Grab your pillow and watch the stories unfold. Now, let's talk about it. I don't think there's anything wrong with putting out news a week later, even 2 weeks later. But 8 years later? Come on now. Now, recently, I think it's been as recent as 3 days ago, a story came out that NBA YoungBoy Tiger has been recently taken, and it's the tiger that he had since he was 17. And the things that he was accused of, if you cared about animals or anything living, period, it would piss you off. Especially when taking on a tiger, which is unnormal and unnatural to own, and then not giving them the necessary food and the care that they need in order to live. And I'm not saying just brush it underneath the rug and just forget about it. Because in all honesty, if you can't afford to take care of an animal or even a kid, you're supposed to seek help instead of still keeping them in that position. Yes, he should be judged, and it should be noted that NBA YoungBoy's tiger was taken and not given up because he felt like he couldn't take care of it, which means that he was going to keep doing what he was doing to that tiger until the tiger's demise. But that's not the reason why I'm making this video. I'm making this video because huge platforms are reposting this in 2026 when it's happened in 2018 and passing it off as if it just happened. Platforms that we trust and consider to be credible. And how certain sources are so quick to get news out that they don't do their own research. They see one person repost it and everybody starts adding their own narrative and they don't even research when it happened. Like Unvaulted had common sense and they said in 2017, NBA YoungBoy was seen online with a white tiger he was keeping as a pet, posting photos and videos of the animal inside his home for a short period of time. Only a few months later, Louisiana Wildlife Authority seized a malnourished white tiger cub believed to be the same one after it was being kept without a proper permit. The animal was later transferred to a wildlife sanctuary in California. Even Media Takeout page posted this in 2018. You can even Google this information and find this. NBA YoungBoy's pet tiger named Nola was seized by authorities and animal rescue organizations in late 2017 to early 2018 due to concerns regarding neglect, abuse, and lack of proper permits, and so on and so forth. And if y'all been on social media long enough, you will notice that it's a few sources and pages and different outlets that have done this, and they do it over and over. And you'll see a few people calling it out in the comments like, wait a minute, this is 10 years old, this is 13, but if a person has a following, nobody's going to pay attention to the comments as much because they trust the person that's relaying the information. And I get it. A lot of people want to be the first one to get the news out, but I think what matters is being credible. It's a lot of times that I went to report something and realized, wait a minute, this information is not correct. And this is exactly why I do these videos, break it down and be like, wait a minute, they got this wrong, they got this right, but why didn't they mention this part, which is the most important part of the story? Listen, I know everybody is trying to get the information out so that they can be like, I was the first one that reported. But I think that it's more important to have accurate information out. And this is why I respect Lovely T so much, because she has said years ago, listen, I'm not going to be the first one to put out a story because I need to check facts first. And you know, a lot of people might be like, oh, but Lovely T sometimes be a week later, 2 weeks later or whatever. But by then, you will have a bunch of more information than when the story first came out. And yes, there are some stories that aren't that deep and you can just take the information and report it. But my advice to certain platforms or even the viewers, do y'all research first. Because the last thing that you want is your viewers to say, such and such never knows what he or she is talking about. Y'all, what are y'all thoughts on this topic? How do y'all feel learning news that happened 8 years ago, but it's branded as it just happened? Like, how would y'all feel if y'all ran to somebody and say, oh, did you hear about XYZ? And a person is up to date and they like, girl, boy, that happened 8 years ago. I would love to hear y'all thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.